Fern the young fox loved her quiet life under the old oak tree in Willowmere. She chased butterflies, napped in sunbeams, and listened to the wind rustling through the leaves. But one morning something changed. As she stretched and yawned outside her den, the wind whispered, "Follow the pawprints." Fern blinked. "What pawprints?" she murmured. Then she saw them, shimmering, glowing pawprints leading into the woods. They were too big to be hers, too perfect to be ordinary. With a mixture of fear and curiosity, Fern packed a little satchel with berries and set off. "Maybe the wind is playing games," she said aloud. But deep down she knew something was waiting for her. The glowing pawprints led Fern to a bubbling stream, where she met a wrinkled old tortoise named Tulla sunbathing on a rock. "Ah," said Tulla, "you've heard the wind." Fern nodded. "It told me to follow these prints. But I don't know where they go." "Neither did I once," said Tulla, her shell patterned like a star map. "Fate doesn't shout. It whispers. It's not about knowing, it's about walking." Tulla shared a story about her younger days, when she wandered across a desert because a hawk dropped a feather in her path. "I didn't know why I followed, but it led me to a friend I'd never have found otherwise." Fern listened carefully, feeling the weight of Tulla's words. "So you think this is my fate?" "I think," said Tulla with a slow blink, "you're already walking it." The path split in two. One trail was bright and sunny with singing birds. The other was darker, with twisted trees and shadows. Fern hesitated. "Left looks nice," she mumbled and padded that way. But it wasn't long before she found herself lost in a maze of brambles. She yelped as a thorn caught her fur. "Great choice, Fern." Suddenly a flash of feathers. Whoosh! A magpie landed on a branch above her. "Well, well. Lost are we," he chuckled. "Should have taken the spooky path." "I thought I was making the smart choice," Fern sighed. "Ah," said the magpie, flipping his tail. "But smart and right aren't always the same." After freeing herself, Fern found a tiny voice crying for help. Beneath a bush, a little mouse was trapped in a tangle of thorns. Fern gently nudged the branches aside. "Hold still," she whispered. With careful teeth and paws she pulled him free. The mouse sniffled. "Thank you. I'm Moss." Fern smiled. "I'm Fern. Why were you out here?" "I followed a breeze," Moss squeaked, "like it was calling me." The glowing pawprints flickered again, this time forming two trails side by side. "Looks like we're both meant to go," Fern said. "Together." "Together," agreed Moss, scurrying to her side. As night fell, clouds gathered. Thunder rumbled. Rain poured down like silver needles. Fern and Moss scrambled for shelter and found a hollow log. Inside they huddled together. Moss shivered. "Maybe we should turn back." Fern looked out at the storm. "I don't know where we're going, but it feels important, like we're being nudged toward something." Lightning flashed. Moss asked, "Do you think fate is a real thing?" Fern thought a moment. "Maybe. Or maybe it's just little moments that line up like stepping stones." They fell asleep to the rhythm of the rain. In the morning, the pawprints led them to a glowing cave. Inside, the walls shimmered with glowing lines, red, gold, blue, crisscrossing like a spiderweb. "This," whispered Moss, "is the cave of threads. They say every life leaves a trail. Some threads tangle, some join, some break." A glowing image of Fern appeared on the wall, walking beside others. As she reached out, the thread glowed brighter. "Your path matters," Moss said. "Even if you don't see the whole thing." Fern touched a star-shaped thread, and a soft warmth filled her chest. She didn't know where she was going, but she was starting to understand why she had to go. As they climbed a hillside trail, they heard frantic yelps. A bear cub was stranded on a rocky ledge, clinging with tiny claws. His mother roared helplessly from below. Fern didn't hesitate. "Moss, hold my satchel." She scrambled across the rocks, tail waving for balance. With patience and care, she nudged the cub upward and guided him back to safety. The mother bear scooped him up and nuzzled him with tears in her eyes. "You saved him," she said. "Thank you." Fern nodded, breathless. Moss whispered, "Maybe this is what fate looks like." That evening, the glowing prince led them to a wide meadow filled with animals. Owls, deer, hedgehogs, even a wise badger wearing spectacles. The owl elder stepped forward. "Tonight, we honor those who walk the path with courage and heart. Fate," he said, "is not a straight road. It is shaped by every choice, every act of kindness, every moment you say yes to the unknown." Moss beamed. Fern felt something spark deep inside. They had walked far but not alone. That night the sky was clear. Stars stretched across the darkness like glittering pawprints. Lying in the grass, Fern looked up and whispered, "Do you think fate ends? Or does it go on forever?" Moss yawned, curled beside her. "I think it goes as far as we're willing to walk. And then farther still." Above them, a constellation of a fox and a mouse began to twinkle. Fern blinked, unsure if it was real or imagined, but it felt like the universe was smiling. Fern returned to Willowmere, her satchel now full of stories instead of berries. Her den felt smaller, but her heart felt bigger. She looked back at her trail. Tiny glowing prints shimmered behind her, then faded softly into the earth. "You were right," she said to the wind. "It wasn't about the destination. It was about becoming." She padded forward, not because fate told her to, but because she was ready. And somewhere the wind whispered again, this time to someone new.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the adventure, please give us a like, share with your friends, and hit that subscribe button to follow our channel for more magical stories. Join us next time for another exciting journey. Sweet dreams and see you soon.